Okay.
stop.
No, hold on.
Nothing to do with that.
I understand.
Matthew 6
yes, I
verse
do.
22. Matthew 6 verse
Where it
22.
talks about where Jesus sacrifice on the cross may raise an irrelevant factor. Because I have to find it, but yeah, absolutely. But it's a spiritual salvation when He redeemed the earth.
Okay.
And so, while these claims are very valid, and yes, there are absolute natural generational blessings for the original Hebrews, which what is it? Oh, okay. But that's what I don't really feel.
It's not a Jew. It's not a Jew.
I don't really feel like that. If you don't report
But these words are good. People need to understand the true side of God.
because we absolutely there are things here that we
Okay, hold on,
we're
hold on.
tracking.
Y'all believe in the Bible though?
Romans 2 chapter 20. No, Romans chapter 2 verse 21 says, no.
Okay, can we go there?
A
Can we go there
person
with
is
you?
a Jew.
Hold on, brother.
Yes.
Slow down.
Yes.
The what?
Slow down. Right, we want to figure this thing out. Let's go to Romans chapter 2.
Verse 29.
Brothers and sisters, okay, like because we are in Christ.
I'm not.
Like we are coming
If
from
you're in Christ, then you will be my sister.
I am
If you're in Christ.
and I fully acknowledge like there are his. I don't want to overstep what he wanted to talk to you guys.
Yeah, that's order. That's order.
Yeah, we like that.
Who are we addressing right now? What point of? Well, let's start over. Let's start over. What point are we addressing, right? And then let's deal with that point.
So we talking about a Jew.
We're talking about a Jew.
Who is a Jew?
Who is the Jew? Is that a question,
Gabriel.
or are you about to tell us?
No,
what a Jew is?
I ask you a question because from the scripture I know what was said to be a Jew.
So can we answer it,
So
or are you gonna?
I used to think that a Jew was just a person. I used to say, hey, you know what, the black people are the true Jew. But I dig deeper and read the scripture and realize that, not Paul is it, even in Christ, some of the scriptures that Christ said, he talked about the inward person and the outside and the inward, the person that acts from the outside and the person that comes from the inside. Which is Romans
chapter 2
verse
starting
29.
verse 29.
Yeah, a person is a Jew who is one inward. And circumcision is circumcision of the heart by the Spirit, not by a written code, such as a person praises. It's not from other people, but from God.
Okay.
So,
And that means to you what?
a true Jew. Let me go back to Matthew chapter 6, verse 22.
Okay.
This is what a true Jew is. It says, Matthew 6, verse 22 says, the light of the body is the eye.
Matthew, what? Where you at?
Matthew 6, verse
Matthew
22.
chapter 6 and verse 22.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
The light of the body is the eye. If therefore that eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And this is great.
What does that have to do with Romans chapter 2 and verse 28?
You know why? You know why?
I'm asking.
Because a true Jew is the one that goes inside.
Inside where? Your kneecaps?
Himself.
Huh?
Himself.
I'm confused. You just confused me. You almost have me.
You know
Explain
why? It will take time to understand it.
Well, you're teaching us.
Like I said, the light of the body, the light of the body. Listen, the light of the body.
The light of the what?
The light of the body.
Body.
Is
Okay.
the eye.
The light of the body is the eye.
Yes. Therefore, if the eye be single, the whole body will be full of light.
And that proves that the Jews are anybody.
We just have to understand what this verse means.
I'm asking you, tell me. I'm asking you, does that mean a Jew can be anybody? Because of Matthew 6 and 22. I'm asking.
Are you guys going within, or are you guys going with? Are you guys going from the outside, or are you guys going from the inside?
We're gonna show you where we're going. All right, give me the book. Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. Now, hold on, brother. You just went.
Okay.
Now, we let you read your verses. Now, let us read our verses. All right, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Right? Moses is speaking to the Israelites. These are the blood
unto all Israel on this side Jordan,
Right?
and the wilderness,
In the wilderness.
and the plain over against the Red Sea,
Right?
between Paran and Tophel,
Right, read on.
and Laban, and Hazeroth, and the Zahab.
Right, read.
There are 11 days' journey from Horeb by the way of Mount Seir
Read.
unto Kadesh Barnea.
Right, read on.
And it came to pass in the 40th year, in the 11th month,
Right, read.
on the first day of the month, that Moses spake unto the children of Israel,
Children of Israel is who he's speaking to. Read on.
according unto all that the Lord had given him in the commandment unto them,
Right, read.
after he had slain Shahan, the king of the Amorites,
Right, read on.
which dwelt in Heshbon, of Og, the king of Bashan,
Right.
which dwelt at Ashtaroth and Adari.
Right, so later on it's going to list all of the tribes that was with them. Now check this out. Give me Deuteronomy 11 and 26.
Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 26.
So it was all of the tribes of Israel that was with them. The tribe of Judah is there. In order for you to be a Jew, you come from a man named Judah. Literally. Hold on, brother. I'm not done.
11:26.
Right? Yeah, bring it up.
Look at Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 26.
Right? So the tribe of Judah is who he's speaking to. Check this out.
Behold, I set before you this day
The you is the tribe of Judah. I set before you this day, read,
a blessing and a curse.
a blessing and a curse. Read on.
A blessing, if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day.
Right?
And a curse,
You know what?
and
A curse.
if ye will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
So he's speaking to the tribe of Judah and told them that prophecies are going to happen to them predicated upon their obedience and their disobedience. Now give me the book of St. John. Give me the book of St. John chapter 16 and verse 32. Right? Now Christ prophesied the same thing that Moses prophesied. We're going to see if it lines up. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28. Right? Go to verse 46 first. Deuteronomy 28, 46.
28, 26.
Okay. Now, so far, this is Moses speaking to the tribe of Judah. Right? That's plain. Read on. Read that.
Okay. Look at Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 46.
Right?
And they shall be upon thee for a sign
For a sign.
and for a wonder.
Now, this is talking about the curses.
That's right.
They're going to be upon who? The tribe of Judah. For a sign and for a wonder. Read on.
And upon thy seed,
Seed, S-E-E-D. When you go into the Hebrew, it goes to the word sperma, which means sperm, which means lineage, genealogy of a people that comes from this man's sperm. Meaning they had sex and they had children. Hold on. Upon thy seed, your children.
forever.
How long?
Forever.
What does that forever mean? Meaning until when the Lord comes back. Now, hold on, I'm not done. We're talking about the tribe of Judah. You said who's a Jew. Let's see what the Lord said out of his own mouth. Right, read that.
St. John chapter 11, so like St. John chapter 16, verse 32.
Right?
Behold,
This is what Christ prophesied during his time, during the Rome. Who was in rulership during Christ, when Christ was on the scene?
Who was the what?
Who was in rulership? The Roman Empire. Right? Read that.
behold, the hour cometh,
Christ prophesied and said the hour is coming. During the Roman Empire, read.
yea, is now come, that he shall be scattered.
No, read it again. That who?
Behold, the hour cometh, yea, is now come, that ye.
Who is he talking to? He's speaking to the Jews. Hold on.
He
Listen.
said that he shall be coming.
The hour is coming where you Jews
Yes.
are going to be scattered.
Yes.
Now, the Jews that he's referring to is 3 tribes of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Yeah.
There's 12 tribes. Where the hell is the other tribes at? They were already gone. They weren't in Judea. The 3 tribes that he's talking about is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. The hour is coming where you are going to have to what?
That ye shall be scattered.
What is he talking about? You shall be scattered. Give me Luke chapter 21 and verse 19 and verse 20. Now, it's going to tie up with what Moses said because the prophecy didn't come fulfilled. Moses already prophesied what Christ said. Check this out.
Book of Luke chapter 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
The armies is the Roman Empire. Christ prophesied that the Roman Empire, which are so-called white people, which are Edomites according to the Bible, according to their father's lineage, that they will kill and destroy the Negroes, which are the tribes of Judah. Read.
And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
This is 70 AD that it's talking about. This
That's
is history.
right.
70 AD. Read.
Then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
The desolation thereof is nigh. The destruction that the Roman Empire is going to inflict on the tribe of Judah is nigh. Read.
Then let them which are in Judea
Right.
flee to the mountains.
Them that are in Judea, listen. Well, we're in the middle of breaking down what he's saying. It's about to get good.
Because I'm about to say something about everything that he's
Well, hold on. It's about to get good.
Yes, I got
Hold on, it's about to get good. All right, read on.
Then let them which
This is too much. They don't understand it.
Yeah, take him. Everybody get up.
I could come back, but I didn't want to interrupt you, but I still need to be considerate of my children and making sure that they don't have, any kind of fear.
Well, the word of God is here, you know.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, like, I hear you guys, and I understand where you're coming from, but I don't want them, they don't have, it's not really fair to them because they don't have an understanding of all of this, so they might take something, especially about like a certain demographic group, and take it out of context and build a misconception in their mind. And I think that's not good.
Not fair to them. This conception of what the Bible said. About what the Bible said.
Keep going.
The Bible just said that the Roman Empire is going to destroy the Jews. This happened. What do we mean? This is actually happening.
You guys know what
We're
you're
not
talking
done,
about, right? The Roman Empire and the Jews.
Hold on, we're not done. We're not done. We're almost done. We're going to give you the floor. All right? A little patience. The fruits of the Spirit. It's patience, right?
Being patient.
All right, read on.
then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains.
Let them which are... Now, what are the mountains? What is that talking about?
They flee. Who's fleeing to the mountains?
The Jews.
Keep going. That's good. Let's keep going.
Now, what mountains is it talking about?
Let's keep going.
I mean, if you don't know, just say I don't know.
Oh. What I'm talking about
Do you know?
this whole time.
Hold
Yes,
on,
I
I
know.
don't want you to... Okay,
I know.
can you tell me real quick? I'm going to give you the
You know,
floor,
you
and
know,
then you
you
have
know
the
the
floor.
mountain he's talking about?
What mountains is it talking about? All right, we're gonna ignore that. Right? Yeah.
Move on.
You see, that's the reason why we can't. I used to be just like you guys.
You wasn't just like us.
doubt
Because
it.
if you was
I
just
used
like
to
us,
be,
you
I
would
used to
know.
be, I used to be lost.
You would
just
know
like
what
you
mountains
guys.
this is talking about.
The mountain that he's talking about is inside of you. There is no mountain that he's talking about.
Prove it. What mountain did the Jew that Christ told them to go to a specific place to the mountains?
So that mountain, prove me that mountain that Jesus talked about, that mountain is true mountain, and you can prove it to me geographically that it exists.
We can prove it. It's right here. What that up?
Where?
Pick that up. All right, read that one more time.
Wait,
Yeah, hold on. This is real geography.
I know the Greenland. I know the Greenland map.
Oh, read it again.
then let them which are in Judea flee.
Now, where's Judea at?
No, I cannot look at Judea. I cannot look at Judea where it is right now. But I know the
What
tribe
country-
of,
what
the
country-
tribe of Judah is right there. Some
What country?
Ethiopia was raining all along the side. And then if you look close, like Cameroon right now, a little bit kind of above, like Nigeria, Judah is kind of set some kind of place in that area. I don't know, but it's there somewhere.
Listen. Judea.
Huh?
He just admitted Judah is no longer spiritual.
When I say yeah, because I'm speaking according to your mind. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm saying,
I asked you a simple question.
what are we talking about?
I asked you a simple question. Christ said those that are in Judea. I asked you, where is Judea?
Those that are in Judea, that means those that belongs.
Where is Judea?
Those that are inwarded
Brother, I'm asking a
will
simple
go
question.
to the mountain.
Where's Fayetteville, North Carolina?
Why are you asking me where's Fayetteville, North Carolina? I'm
Are
not
you
from
able-
Fayetteville.
But you're standing in Fayetteville. Where is it at? If you were to tell me where it's at,
I don't know.
where's it
I'm
next to?
I'm in Fayetteville, and I know Sanford is on the side.
Okay,
Cameron is over
okay, now
there.
you give me some geography. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Just let it know that you
Judea
are
is
not.
in Israel. That's all I asked you.
So,
Hold on,
so
brother. Let me
do you
finish.
believe that
Brother.
Israel, that is Israel, really
Brother,
Israel?
can I finish, brother?
Because that's man-made Israel.
Brother, can I finish?
This is not a true
We're not
Israel.
talking about the order that they teach and put there to have you lost. Listen, Judea is literally in Israel. The mountains is...
There is nothing such as Israel.
Brother.
There is nothing such as Israel. There is no Israel. The Israel is the what is inside of you.
Right.
And if you
You don't
cannot,
believe in the Bible.
yeah,
You don't believe in the Bible.
because you
So
got
we gonna
to
finish.
because you got to decode the Bible. This is the code, and if you don't know how to interpret this code, it will kill, it will divide, and it will put people to prison. It will make people start. It's going to start making people hate each other for no reason. There is nothing going on with me and somebody else.
Hate each other for them.
Everything.
So why do white people hate black people?
Everything is
Why
within
do
me
white people hate black people on the tree?
because they're
They
lost.
kill them.
Because they're lost
They're
too.
lost.
Yes,
And Jesus is going to save them.
they're lost.
Jesus is going to save them.
There's nothing such as Jesus coming back and save people. You guys believe in that too?
So your house shall not
Yeah.
coming back?
He's not coming back.
Yes.
This is, what are we talking
Yeah,
about?
we ain't even got nothing else to talk
time is
about.
at hand.
There's no need to
The
even-
time
there's no
is
need to
at
even break
hand.
this
When,
down.
when he said the time
There's
is
no
at hand.
need to even break
No,
this
no, no.
down.
It's not coming back.
I
There is
mean-
no tribulation.
Not at
There
all.
is nothing that is coming.
Hold on,
If you guys still saying you will wait. Like I said, you guys are going to tell me everything from the Bible, from the
There's no
Bible.
need to even go into this geography.
That's right.
Not at
No, there
all.
is no need because I tell you this is no need. It's literal.
Right? Bring that up.
Everything is pointed out of you.
Revelation chapter
It's
1,
you.
Revelation 1:5. That so-called...
You the Christ,
Hey,
you the
listen.
Christ, you the Christ, you the
That-
Christ.
that-
You are the
that
reflection
woman
of
that
each
you
other
got-
here.
That woman that you got, she got you jammed up.
She done got me
She got
jammed
you
up.
jammed
No,
up. She put
no.
demons on
It's
you.
because I know what I'm
No, she
doing.
put demons on you.
No,
Read that.
it's
The book
because
of
I know
1
what
John
I'm
chapter
doing.
4, chapter 1. 1 John chapter 4, starting at the top.
Right.
Beloved, believe not every
The
spirit.
Lord said, believe not every spirit.
God.
Right, you got righteous spirits and you got wicked spirits. And this brother got a wicked spirit on him. He said that the Lord is not coming back.
No, he's not coming back.
Say it again.
Don't feel me, but I say he's not coming back.
He said the Lord isn't coming back.
I just had to get that. I just had to get that.
So all the prophecies written how the Lord
Because he's already came back and you missed the whole thing.
He came back already.
He's in you.
So what?
He is in you.
All right, give me Daniel
And you don't
give me
even know
Daniel
it.
Chapter 2, verse 44. Read that. This is madness.
1 John chapter 4 at the top. Beloved, believe not every spirit.
What the Lord say?
Believe not every spirit,
Read.
But try the spirits, whether they are of God.
Whether they are what?
By the
whether
Spirit.
they are of God.
By the Spirit.
Whether they are of God.
You try the Spirit
Give me
by the
Revelation
Spirit.
chapter 1
You
and
try
verse
the
7.
Spirit by
Give
the
me Daniel
Spirit.
chapter 2 and
Right.
verse 44. Man.
So let me pull
This
out
is
my
madness.
verses now.
This is madness. What is he doing holding the Bible and saying that the Lord is not coming back?
Because it's in your book.
Right? Give me
That
Jude
means you
chapter
don't
1
read
verse
your book.
18.
That means you don't read your own
Give me
book.
Jude 1 and 18.
It's in your book.
Give me Jude 1 and 18.
The book of
It's in your
Jude,
book.
verse 18.
Jude 1 and 12.
Jude, verse 12. These are,
Start at verse 14.
starting at verse 14.
Right.
And Enoch, also the seventh from Adam,
Enoch also the seventh from Adam. Read on.
prophesied on these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh.
The Lord what?
The Lord cometh.
The Lord came back already.
The Lord cometh.
The Lord is not coming like this man said.
The Lord cometh.
Enoch was a righteous man. He said the Lord is going to come. Right? Read. Job said the Lord. He said, I know that my Redeemer liveth.
This is what
Right,
you
that's
guys
right.
This is what you guys need
Read
to
on.
do.
With
This is what you
10,000s
guys
of
need to
his
do right
saints.
here.
With what?
Right
With
here.
10,000s of his saints.
The Lord is coming back with
10,000.
10,000 of
So
his
you
saints.
believe that the
Right?
144,000 will also come back, right?
No, the 144,000 are on the earth. Those are the elect men
so-
that's rebuking you.
So
That's right.
And Enoch also,
And Enoch also,
the seventh from
the
Adam,
seventh from Adam,
prophesied on these,
right?
saying, Behold, the Lord cometh
Right?
with 10,000 of his saints
To do what?
to execute judgment.
To do what?
To execute judgment.
Who's going to execute the judgment on the earth for the Roman Empire enslaving God's chosen people?
your,
Who's going to do
your
that?
judgment coming is
This man said that the Lord isn't coming back. Do y'all believe that?
That he isn't coming back?
He said that he's not coming back.
No, that's not true.
That's not true. Get on. See, he's off.
Read that.
He's
Read
off.
that.
We believe that the Lord is
that.
coming back, but he doesn't. He
There's
doesn't
many
believe.
verses in the Bible, even in Revelation.
Read on.
Even in
To
Revelation.
execute judgment
It's
upon
it's
all,
because you guys don't understand the concept of the Bible.
and to
It's
convince
coded.
all
You have to
that are
understand
ungodly
what it
among
means.
them.
See that? That's
It's
what the
not
Lord is coming
literal.
to do.
They're trying
Convince
to-
all that are ungodly.
This is
He's
literal.
ungodly.
All this is
Get
literal.
Revelation
Well,
1
I
and
mean,
7.
for
This is not
everybody,
literal.
we all see it in a
Get
different
Revelation chapter 1 verse 7.
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 7.
Christ, you are Christ.
Right.
Behold, he cometh
We all
with
see it in
clouds.
different
What did the Lord say?
No,
Behold,
Behold, he cometh with clouds.
The Lord is coming back with clouds, man.
Well, I mean, you got
He said
like
he's
said.
talking about clouds.
Right, Reed? You don't even know what,
Oh,
you don't
my
even know what those
goodness.
are.
You don't know what cloud.
You don't even know what those are.
What are
Because
the
you
five-
said the Lord
what are-
not coming back.
Of course, it's
What are
not
the
coming
clouds
back.
that he's talking about?
What is the,
You don't know what cloud.
the cloud is coming back? There is. What are the five commodity of the
I asked you a simple question, sir. I said, what are the
earth,
clouds?
air,
What are the clouds?
earth?
Let's find out.
So
Give me some
we
type
meeting,
of 104.
we meeting.
I like your
Where
question.
in
I like your
Revelation
question.
where we say we meet Christ? We're gonna meet Christ where? We meeting Christ where?
Can I prove it?
No.
You asked me a
Let
question.
me prove mine now.
So are you asking me a question or
Hold
what
on.
are you doing?
You guys are here. I want to prove mine now.
Didn't
He
you
said
just ask
we
me a
meet.
question?
He said
I
in the
did.
clouds, right?
It was her.
No,
We
she,
the Bible
he
said
said, what
the
are the
Bible
clouds?
said-
That was her.
the Bible
Okay,
said-
That was her.
I said it.
and
but-
he said, where we meeting the Lord at?
Yes.
He
Okay.
asked the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to answer. Give me
Okay.
some-
It's because
Okay, hold on.
because you
Just-
guys are
just
talking
let-
about scripture. Let's discuss reality.
You don't
and
want to read the
sense.
scriptures?
Okay.
Reality is sin.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
You guys don't
Answer a
make
simple
sense. You
question.
guys don't make sense. That don't make sense.
So-
I told you there is no
Bible don't make
Jew
sense.
and there is no Gentile. The true Jew is the one that starts inward from the inside. Once you go to education, once you go to
What is the etymology of the word Jew?
what you think Jew? Still talking about Jew.
Etymology.
Still talking about Jew. I don't have to know. Because it's because
Statement is doctrine, and you don't even know what the word means. Why would you do that? If you don't know what the word means, why would you make a
but I
doctrine
know
based on
what
predicated
but I
on the
know
word?
what I need to do to be
No, you're
Christ-like.
misleading
To
people.
be a Christ-like.
No, you're
Because
misleading
you divide people. You promote
Matthew
division.
10 and 34.
You promote war.
Matthew
You
10 and
promote-
34.
You promote hate, and that is not of God.
We
And if you-
promote hate.
Yes.
We promote hate.
That's what you do here.
promote hate.
You dividing
No,
the white
we're
people
out.
and the black people.
No, we're not.
That's what you
Read
do.
that.
The book of Deuteronomy,
Listen to
chapter
this,
28,
sister.
verse 68.
Sister, listen to this.
I can't discuss. I can.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Let me know if you ever heard this before. God said as a prophecy that he would bring the Israelites, his
They
chosen
don't
people,
wanna
into
listen to
Egypt
me.
again. Let me ask you a
All they
question.
want to do is
How
quote,
did we get
quote,
to
quote,
America?
quote.
Physics,
Everything that they
transportation?
memorize and they got brainwashed on. They come over here and try to read it.
He trying to
Real
talk
quick.
over
Common
scriptures.
sense.
I want you to ask
guys.
your question.
Common
after
sense.
I ask my question. How did the so-called black people get to America, transportation-wise, from where they were?
My understanding was from a boat.
What would you say, sir?
I guess a boat, or they won't.
Okay. I mean, what would you say? How did so-called
They were here. Some of them were here already because they're the
as a race of people, how did they get here? We're not talking about a few thousand. How did they get here? Transportation.
I'm not really sure
So
about
some
the answer,
came
but
from Africa on slave ships and some were already here.
Okay.
Because they were part of that.
Okay.
And Native Americans came probably on a land.
Okay. Read that.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68.
This is Moses speaking. He's a prophet.
Fusion.
Hold on. He want to jump in and
I want to jump in because you guys prove
And the
everything
Lord.
from the Bible.
Let the Bible speak.
Where is
And you
history?
don't want
Where
to?
is history?
Read.
And
That's
the Lord
crazy.
shall bring thee into Egypt again.
This is Moses.
No history on here. This is
And the Lord shall bring you into Egypt again. Egypt is a code where we need slaves. How are they going to go into slavery?
With ship.
What?
With ships.
What?
With ships.
Did you know that slavery on slave ships was in the Bible? You didn't know that. So if you didn't know that was in Deuteronomy, why would they teach you the truth about what's in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John in the letter?
Of course, because they give it to you so you can believe it.
Read on.
With ships.
With ships. God said the Israelites were going to slavery on slave ships for breaking the commandments. If that happened to you and your forefathers,
You're
you would
only
be an Israelite.
breaking, you're only
Read on.
becoming a slave
By
because
the
you're
way,
a slave of yourself
whereof
and if
I
you don't
spake
do
unto
exactly
thee.
the command
You
of
don't got no
what
Bible verse.
Christ says.
Read.
If your eye be
By the
single,
way,
your body
whereof I
will not
spake
be
unto
full of
thee.
light. So
Did
if
you do that?
therefore,
Read.
No.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You'll never see your homeland again. Did that happen? The Israelites going to slavery on slave ships and they were never able to go back to their homeland and rule. It happened. Read.
no, because
And
when you
there-
within yourself, that's when you rule. Remember, it's not about ruling anything. When you within yourself is when you rule. There is nothing about ruling some country or ruling something. You ruling only when you are within yourself.
Okay,
And
okay.
if you're not,
Okay.
you are divisive. So
Okay.
therefore, you your own evil to yourself,
Can you let the verse come out?
and you are on Christ
Sir,
to yourself.
Can you let the
I
verse
read
So
come
there
out?
is nothing such as what you guys talking
And
about.
there
And there, when you get off the slave ships,
ye shall be sold.
did that happen? He's not pulling no verses. He's just speaking out of his own heart.
It's
And
not speaking
there
of my
ye-
own heart.
And there
It is
ye
speaking
shall
out
be
of
sold.
experience.
Who are we sold
You guys
to?
are speaking out of a book.
Watch
You
what
don't believe in the Bible no more?
Huh?
This sister on fire.
But you also got to speak based on your
Experience.
That's how
Listen,
you
You
get
speak
No.
out of
Not
experience.
your experience. You gotta
And you
speak
will
on
know
God's
the Christ.
experience. And there
You will
shall
know
be-
the truth, and the truth will set you free.
And there you shall be sold
Unto your enemies.
unto who?
To your enemies.
Who is the enemies of the people that were sold and
see,
they got
again,
dropped off Market Square?
Pointing fingers at somebody.
Yeah.
Every time
That's
you're
what
going
the
to
Bible
point,
said. It
everything,
literally said-
yeah,
it
because
said,
you
"Say
believe,
unto your
you said
enemies."
that's what the Bible says,
See,
Now
you
read
right?
don't believe in the
Now read
Bible.
the
That's what you
verse.
said,
agree
right?
with this
No, no, no.
man.
I have a different interpretation
And
of
you
this
shall be
Bible.
sold unto your enemies.
Sold unto your enemies. This is in the Bible. The Atlantic slave trade is prophesied in the Bible. And he's scoffing against it.
No.
Yeah, that's all
And
you're
trying to
doing.
deceive our sister.
I'm not
For
deceiving
bond men.
anybody.
Slave Negro man, they put you in slavery and changed your name. That's why you had the last names like Robinson and Toby and Sampson.
That's right.
And
Johnson,
they put you in slavery.
Smith.
They didn't even allow you to read for hundreds of years. And you think you're gonna pick up this Bible and understand it?
You speaking out of
Right,
anger,
read
my brother.
Bond woman.
You
And
speaking
slave
out.
Negro woman.
You speaking
Read
out
on.
of
And
anger.
no man shall buy
And
you.
you're not even gonna get free until the Lord frees you. And your mind gonna be
I am
jacked
free.
up like this.
Hey,
man.
I am free. You're not free.
You're not free.
It looks like you
You're
guys
not
aren't free. Because
Who
if you
owns
were
that-
free,
who owns
listen.
that shirt? Who owns that shirt
If
that
you
you
were,
got?
if you were free,
Who owns that shirt that you
how
got?
do I know who owned that
You
shirt?
don't
Whatever.
know.
I just bought
You
it.
don't even know. You don't know what
You
freedom
see,
is.
you're not free.
You don't know
You're
what
not
freedom
free.
is.
You're not free.
You don't know what
Listen,
freedom
if
is.
you were free, you were not gonna
Give me
be
Revelation
here.
2:25.
Listen, if you were free, you were
Brother,
not gonna
this
be
is-
here.
This is a slave
Because
city
your
for the black Hispanic
your
Native
same
American.
Bible says
Give me,
you
Michael
shouldn't be
chapter 2,
teaching
verse 10.
people what to know.
Michael
Your
2 and
same
10.
Bible says
You're a
that,
liar.
right?
You're a liar.
Isn't it your Bible say
Revelation 2
that?
and 25.
Isn't it Christ
Revelation
saying
chapter 2,
that?
verse
I'll
25.
show you what freedom is. Check this out.
But that which ye have already, hold fast till I
Till I
come.
come.
This is speaking to the Jews and the Israelites. Read on.
And he that
He
overcometh
that overcometh Jacob's trouble in World War III.
He that overcome
and
himself.
keepeth my works,
And keepeth what?
my works,
His
keep
commandment.
himself.
Keep
My works.
Yes.
That's what he said.
Keep
My
it.
works.
And keepeth my works.
My word. What is his
unto
works?
the end.
Until the
What
end.
is his works?
To him will I give power
Power
Yes.
over the nation.
over who?
Over the
Yes.
nations.
God said, when you get salvation, you're gonna have power over the white people that put you in slavery.
No, that's a
in the
lie.
Bible.
That's a lie. That's
Read
what you
on.
want to interpret.
And
That's
he
a
shall
lie.
rule them.
Don't
And
believe
he
it.
shall rule those
Don't believe it.
nations.
With a rod of iron.
No, that's spiritual.
With a
rod of
This
iron.
is literally a
Listen,
rod of iron. Read.
listen.
As the
What are you
vessels
reading?
of a potter,
As the vessels of a potter,
Nah.
shall they be broken to
You
shivers.
shall they be broken into silvers.
You guys
you
should
don't
back
want
up.
liberation for your people.
You guys
might
should
be a
back up.
Hamite.
You guys should
might
back
be a
up.
Hamite. You might not be an
Everything-
Israelite.
everything that you
might
guys-
be the one
nah,
that sold us to the
nah,
so-called
yeah,
white man. That's
nah,
who you might be.
nah.
You might
Divisive
be one of those.
anger.
Or a coon.
You are
might be a
divisive
coon, or you might be a Hamite.
anger.
Right? You don't-
You have no
Broken
love.
to shivers,
Broken to silvers,
even as I received of my father.
and that's in the Bible, right? Give me the book of James.
Again,
chapter
that's
2,
in the
verse 44.
Bible.
How do you?
Yeah, Michael chapter 2 verse 10.
How do you?
Michael chapter 2 verse 10.
Just like them.
How do you?
144. Right? Michael chapter 2 and verse
Hold
10.
on, he said 144, right? What is 1 plus 4 plus 4? Is that
What is
9, right?
You dealing with
9 is
witchcraft.
consciousness,
Look at
right?
Mike, chapter
Because
2.
you don't understand
dealing
anything.
with
No, I'm not
10.
dealing with wicked common sense.
Arise ye
What the Lord
Conscience.
says?
Arise ye.
Read on.
and depart.
And depart is talking about from America spiritually. Read.
For this is not your rest.
How is this not our rest? Give me Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. This is not a place where
Listen.
we're supposed to be singing
Listen.
kumbaya and trying to be getting along with everybody. This is the place for you to bethink yourself and realize, why is it that you're in America? Why is it that you're treated like the last? Why is it that everybody on the earth
Listen.
hates the so-called black, Hispanic,
Listen.
and Native Americans?
Once
Why
you-
is it that they've been lied to?
Once
Why
you
is it that
gotta-
they gotta be hung on trees? Why is it that they get gunned down in the
that's
streets?
anger.
Why is it?
That's
this is
anger.
not anger. This
Ego.
is the truth.
Ego.
Right? Read that.
Keep
Revelation
spilling.
chapter 11,
Keep
verse
spilling.
8.
Right? Read that.
And
spilling.
their dead bodies
Their dead bodies talking about the black,
Listen.
Hispanic, and Native American
Listen.
men. Read.
shall lie in
No
the
way to
street.
discuss
Their
with you
dead
guys.
bodies are the ones that's lying in the streets.
That's right.
They're the
Hey,
ones that's getting gunned down.
let's
They're the
go.
ones that's getting
We
killed.
can't discuss
Name a
with them.
Chinese man that's getting
Yeah,
gunned down
we're
and
gonna
killed.
be here till
You
10
can't
o'clock.
name.
This is gonna
Read on.
talk.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the
Shall
street
lie in the streets.
of the great city,
This is the great city called Babylon in the
That's
Bible.
what it is, so-
Read.
which is spiritually called
It's
Sodom.
spiritually called Sodom because in 2015 or 16, President Barack Obama signed on paper that you can be a freak homosexual and it's now legal. You can do whatever you want to do.
That's why I
This
said
why it's called Sodom.
that's
Read.
an agenda,
Which
brother.
spiritually is
You have
called
to come
Sodom.
to
Sodom
yourself to
and
free
Egypt.
yourself
Egypt means slavery.
from the within.
Right? Read.
Where
Be free
also
from
our
the
Lord was
inside, so
crucified.
nothing
And our
that
Lord was crucified
whoever
because
put
This is who he believes
Bible
in.
together. The
Right?
Bible is
He
the book.
believes in this white Jesus where they think that the Lord
Listen,
is just going to come
hey.
to save everybody.
You tell me I
The
believe
Lord is
in
just
white
coming to
Jesus.
save everybody. How is the
never
so-called
told- I
white man
never-
going to receive salvation? Where is that in the Bible?
I don't know. I don't.
Show me
I don't
in the
believe
Bible.
that's not my God.
Okay, I
Show me in the
have
Bible.
that scripture, sir.
You have the scripture
So-
where? Okay.
That's
Sir,
not
would
my
you please
So-
turn to the book of Galatians, chapter 3?
Galatians chapter 3. Now, let me ask you a question. Let's go to Galatians 3. Who wrote the book of Galatians?
Okay.
You,
That's Paul.
who wrote the...
That's Paul.
Now, what is Paul's nationality?
In Galatians. What you mean?
I'm
Paul
just
is
asking
not
a
Jewish.
question. I'm
You
just
guys,
asking a
because
question.
my understanding is not your understanding. So if I tell you what I understand, if I tell you what I understand about Paul, you will not understand.
I asked you a simple
I
question.
told you all of these things
I asked you a simple
don't
question.
exist.
If you don't know, just say I don't
It's
know.
all about you.
If you don't know, just say I don't know.
No,
What is Paul's nationality?
you don't have to do with Paul
See that?
nationality.
So how
When I
would you
know what I
understand
know,
Galatians chapter 3 and you don't even know who he
it's
is?
because you brainwashed. You
You don't know who he
trying to
is.
figure who he is because he never existed.
It's in the Bible.
Paul never existed.
Prove me historically. Prove me historically.
Why would we read
Prove me
Galatians 3?
one thing.
He said Paul never existed. Why would we go to Galatians chapter
So
3?
you say that the Bible is a sacred text, that you don't believe that God wrote the words in the Bible because Galatians is in the Bible?
I literally didn't say
That's
that.
what he said.
He said that Paul never existed. Your
never-
husband
So
said
you
that.
don't think?
didn't.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't say
Who
that.
is?
It's on record. I got it on record. I can rewind it.
I'm bold
Okay,
to tell you.
He has a different.
Listen,
You have to hear
listen.
him. Like,
He
I love
said
y'all
Paul
passion.
never existed.
Listen.
I love it. The passion.
That's your husband. So that means that
Mm-hmm.
he said Paul
We
never
talking
existed.
about
Why would you
John
go to
Hebrew.
Galatians chapter
Why are
3?
we talking about
because
Paul?
we.
Those
Satan
things-
taketh away the word.
So y'all got two
They
different
have. They
understandings.
all have different
All
names.
this
It's
is-
different times.
all those are
They're-
English names.
Individual pastors, we're not each other's
And you
gods.
talking about Hebrews? You
Right.
talking about Hebrews, and you talking about you calling Matthew, Luke, John, and
Fusion.
Paul.
We can read the verse.
Those are
but
English-
I
those
just
are
wanted
not
to know
Hebrew.
if you knew who wrote it.
Those in Hebrews.
Okay, he gave you the answer, which is good.
Well, I knew that, but you're also like I asked you to just read something and then you.
We're gonna read it.
You
counteracted
block.
it
You
with
completely
something
blocking
because you have-
everything.
You have a point you wanna make.
No, I just
Right.
wanted to know if you knew who wrote it.
I definitely-
And I wanted to know
I
if
don't
you
have
knew
to
his
know who
nationality.
wrote it. I just have to know what it says.
No, he wasn't from
I
that.
don't
Because
know
that Bible
that Paul wrote.
was not lined up the way it's lined up right now. Those books were scattered and the people put them numerologically in order. They were not in order. They were scattered
I
all
wanted
over
him
the
to
places.
Read about how Jesus
All over the places.
took
These
that
books,
and he said
these
there's
books were
no
not written from Genesis
We're
all the
gonna
way
read verse
through.
28.
They were
I know
all
that's what you
scattered.
wanna go. But you have to
No
know
idea
who
what
he
you're
is
talking
first
about.
before you, so you can
But
understand.
I don't need to know who Paul is because I know who Jesus is, bro.
Why do you?
It
Give me
says,
first. Give me
it says,
First Corinthians 11.
what does the word say?
Why
Paul
would
have
you-
I
why-
known.
Listen,
But that's just because of how
that's
much Paul
asinine.
knew
That's
Christ.
that absolute madness.
It is
Anybody
not.
else?
Why would you want to read
Paul is
Paul's letters and you
Christ
say, "Well, I don't
is-
have to know who he is because I
I
know
don't
who
want
Jesus
to.
is"?
I don't want
That
to.
means you don't understand Paul's letters. Give me 2 Peter chapter
Brother,
3
that's
and
not
go to
what
verse
it means. It
14.
means that the
Yeah.
I cannot
Jesus,
introduce consciousness
everything
based
in
God. You can
creation
get still in super
went
lower
through
level
Christ.
division.
At the
When you
creation
do
of
still
the
in
world.
I want
division, you
Corinthians
cannot
11
comprehend
Don't let him
the
deceive
Bible.
you.
The Bible
It
is
sound good.
It is
sound good.
it's a real
To the
book.
flesh.
It is a good book, but you have to understand what it
The
says.
apostle said,
It
"You
talks
ought to
about
obey God rather than
yourself.
men."
It's talk about
Be ye
yourself.
followers of me,
This is
Because it's
Paul.
been
from
plenty.
Africa.
It's
He
been
said,
plenty
"Be
of times where I
followers
read
of
the
me."
Bible
Read.
and I would go
even
back to the
as
same
I
verse,
also
but I had
am
different
of Christ.
perspectives on it
So Paul
at
is a
different
follower of
times
Christ.
in my life.
So whatever Paul
Exactly.
says,
Yeah, I know
you have to
that.
go with
Everything
what
is about
Christ
you.
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah,
Now let's
it
go to
is.
In
Galatians.
every single step of your life that you're going
You say
through,
you
the
know verse
all of
28?
consciousness and
There's a
awareness.
couple verses, sir.
It has nothing to do with going fight with somebody.
curse
You're
of the law?
fighting with yourself.
It's really you against you.
It's you're your own devil and you are your own
That is-
heaven.
I'm not a
And when I
devil.
tell you, when you said
So,
Esau came red,
number,
because red means emotion,
number
emotion
13.
means sin. You dwell in the lowest mind.
Right.
There is the lowest
then
mind
number
and the highest conscience.
Look at Galatians,
That is
And
not in
then
the
when
Chapter
you're
Bible.
three.
talking
That's
about
not in the
people,
Bible.
verse 12.
That's not in the Bible at
And the
all.
law
It's
Talk
not
about-
not
about
of
being
faith.
in the Bible. It's really
But-
about yourself.
It's talking about the law, first of all, right? He's rebuking the Israelites that are in Galatia that are boasting in the law. He said the law is not of faith, right? Read on.
the man that doth them shall live in them.
Right,
The man
because
that works in faith, right? The
Meaning
man
you-
that walks in faith through Christ.
meaning you know that what that means is don't be a hypocrite. That's literally what that
Oh
means.
my gosh.
Read it again. That's literally what it
but
means.
are you saved from yourself and your lineage and your genealogy? Or are you saved through the completed works of Christ on the cross?
We didn't say that.
Because when he hung on the cross,
Hold on.
Hold on, don't wait. Let her finish. Come on.
He redeemed everything. Everything came through him. In Genesis, it says everything was made through Christ.
It don't say that.
Yes, it does.
Hold on. What do you mean he redeemed everything? What does that
He
mean?
redeemed the earth, bro. The earth is covered in his blood poured out
Give me Genesis chapter
on that
22,
earth, and
verse
he
17.
redeemed everything in the earth. He redeemed every person that wants to come to his faith.
You said it says that in Genesis.
Your body.
Everything came through.
Being
everything
like
was
Satan.
created. So that when he died, he poured out that sacrifice and redeemed everything that would come to him.
Alright, give me Hebrews chapter 9. Alright, let's find out. Genesis 22.
Oh, I know.
The book of
And I
Genesis
treasure
chapter
it.
22 verse 17.
Said Genesis. Let's find out.
What you
That
do,
in blessing
Yeah.
I will bless thee,
This is talking about Abraham. And blessing, I will bless thee.
and in multiplying
That means
I will multiply thy seed.
I will multiply
What you say
thy
about
seed.
yourself,
Thy seed that is talking about. It's talking about the elect through Abraham's lineage. Who was chosen out of Abraham?
Have you ever heard of Satan taking away
Isaac
the
was
word
chosen out of
that is sown in their
Abraham.
hearts?
Hey, go on. Isaac was chosen out of Abraham. Read on.
That in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed, as the stars of the heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore.
Seashore. Read on.
And thy seed
Thy seed that's chosen out of Abraham. Read.
shall possess the gate of his enemies.
How is the Most High God going to redeem all races of people when he said he has a chosen seed line that's going to possess other people?
Because Jesus is that seed.
You missed it.
Jesus came through David,
So-
who had red hair, bro. And I'm not saying that Jesus is white, because I don't believe that. But you can't just say, you can't take minor anomalies and say, oh yeah, this is definitely representing people with melanin.
You
Because
can't prove
David
that.
had, and what about the people that have melanin that have red hair?
You can't
What
prove
about
it. We're
them?
not talking about melanin. Nobody mentioned melanin up here.
You absolutely
You know what?
mentioned melanin.
I understand melanin. Melanin is a powerful
That in
thing,
blessing,
but you guys
I will
can only
bless thee.
use
You
it.
missed it though. Hold on. You missed the point. Mention Genesis. And blessing I will bless thee. Read on.
And in multiplying I
That's
will
gonna be-
multiply thy seed,
Listen to this. Multiplying I will multiply thy seed. Read.
as the stars of the heaven,
Right, read.
You guys
and
have a
as
great
the
night.
sand which
Thanks for your
is
time.
upon the seashore.
And brother, the Lord is going to kill you. You are mega
Oh, in the
scoffed.
name of Jesus Christ, I rebuke
That's not
that.
his name.
I rebuke
That's
the
not
words
his
that
name.
came out of his mouth.
That's not his name.
Sir,
That's
sir,
not his name.
Then you should
Give me
know him.
Ecclesiastes.
We don't have to
Right, give me
say his
Proverbs
name.
chapter 6 and verse
We
12.
know that he is the Christ. We
Proverbs
know that
chapter
he is the
6.
That's not his
Redeemer.
name.
And he is
That's
not
his
going to
name.
kill
And
my
you can
husband.
never rebuke Jason.
Sir, you have
Give me Numbers chapter
no
23,
right to
verse
say that. You
23.
shouldn't say that.
Right, read that.
The book of
Blessings
Proverbs
and
chapter
curses
6.
cannot
Start
flow
at
out
verse
of
what?
your mouth.
Right, Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 12.
Start at verse 12. A naughty person.
A who?
A naughty person.
What is she?
A naughty person.
A naughty person, read on.
A wicked man.
A
They
wicked
redeemed,
woman.
beloved
walking with a
child
forward
of
mouth.
God.
Right, walking
In
with
the
a
name
forward
of
mouth.
Jesus.
That's who you are. A wicked.
You are not gonna
Edomite
attack
woman.
me.
You walk with a forward
So
mouth.
what about Rahab?
Why you
What
walk
about
with
the
a forward
prostitute?
mouth?
What about
Right?
the
You don't know.
prostitute that Jesus used?
It's not you. It's not you. It's not the Edomites. That's who it's not. Right? Salvation is for the Israelites and not the Edomites.
Sir, you're
Salvation is
mistaken.
for the Israelites.
Where is
and
the
not
love?
The Edomites.
Where is the love of God,
Right? Give me
sir?
Romans 9 and 13. Where's the love of God? Let's find out what the love of God is. Right there, Romans chapter 9 and 13.
And it reads.
Right, Romans
Hey, God bless you. Because the word says,
God
bless
damn you.
those
Right, read
that
that.
curse you.
Romans chapter
And
9.
love those
Romans
that
chapter 9
persecute
and verse
you.
13.
So in the
Here's a
name
love
of
right
Jesus
here.
Christ,
The book
my
of Romans
brother,
chapter 9,
I
starting at
love
verse
you.
13.
Right, listen to
Here's
this.
the
The
love
word
right here.
says,
Right, it reads,
bless
as
those
it
that
is
curse
written.
As
you.
it is written.
Bless
Jacob
you.
have I loved.
Read.
Jacob have I
Read.
loved. But Esau have
Who
I
is he?
hated. But Esau have I hated.
But Esau have I hated. Right? That's where the love is.
Right.
There's no love for that white people. Where's that in the Bible? Where did God say he loved white people at in the Bible? It's not in the Bible.
Right.
I know you never heard it before. I know that's wow, that's crazy. It's not in the Bible. Right? The Lord doesn't love white people. You
Lord don't
gotta
love
deal with
everybody
it.
either.
So what?
It's madness.
Right? Why would God love a race of people that done nothing but pillage, rape, rob, and murder? Why would God love
Oh
them? They
my
were created
God.
to be Satan on the earth, to judge people. That's literally what they were created for. Where's the love? Right? Read that again.
These people don't believe in the Bible.
Romans
man.
chapter 9 verse 13.
Right.
As it is written.
Read.
Jacob have I loved.
Right?
But Esau have I hated.
The Lord hates the entire race of the Edomites.
Sisters say
Give me
amen.
Malachi, right? Chapter 1 and verse 3.
That's
There's
Satan
no
right
love
there.
for the Edomites.
Damn,
Right?
Satan.
There is no love for the Edomites. And I mean, look at it. They burn up in the sun. How does God love them when they walk outside and they're number one on the chart for sun cancer? Number one on the chart for sun cancer. And you polluted your seed. Polluted your seed. Sleeping with that nasty red beast.
She's speaking.
Look at it. Look at that beast. Look at that beast coming out of it.
That is not a beast.
Get Job 30 and verse 5.
Spiritual gift.
Look at it.
Tongues. What you know about it?
Beast,
it's
white
not a
woman.
beast.
Job 30
it's not
and 5.
a beast. It's a
Look at
spiritual
it.
gift
Look
that
at
Jesus
it.
gave me.
No, Jesus didn't give
You
that
are
to you.
deceived.
No, Caesar Borgias
And
gave it to
there's
you.
some
Right there.
edification.
Look at Job chapter 30 verse 5.
Look at that.
They were driven forth from among the men.
Read on.
They cried after them
Making
as
himself look like a
thief,
fool.
Read on.
to dwell in the cliffs of the valley.
Where does he come from? To
Dwell in the cliffs of the valleys.
Where does that stringy, nasty hair come from?
To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys.
Go back to the caves, white beast. Read on.
In caves of the earth,
In the caves of the earth
and in the rocks,
and in the rocks. Read on.
among the bushes they brave.
Among the bushes is where they come from. They don't even know how to bathe.
God.
They smell like spoiled milk. Right? Read on.
Under the nettles,
Under the nettles.
they were gathered together.
Right?
They were children of fools.
Children of fools. Look at them. Children of fools. Foolish. Foolish. Man, look at him. What is that, damn Superman?
Yeah,
You
that's
think he's
madness.
Superman? Children of fools. Read on.
They were children of fools. Yea, children of base men.
Children of
Salakia.
base men. Right? Couldn't hold a civilized conversation. Couldn't deal with one point. Right? He didn't know any of the words, any of the etymology. He said, well, I don't have to know this. And then start spewing out of his own mouth. Come up here and say it to me like a man. Right? Children of fools, children of brute beasts. Read that again, children of fools.
Children of fools. Yea, children of base men.
Base men. Right? Children of base men. That satanic spirit was bound to come out.
God.
She tried to be humble. Oh, I'm just get my kids up out of here real quick and things of that nature. No. Right? That satanic entity was going to come out sooner or later because she was rejected. They know that the Lord not dealing with them. Why do you think the so-called white people in their churches, they always sing about forgiveness? That always in their churches, that's their entire ministry. Forgiveness. Oh, the Lord loves me. Right? I'm just a wretched sinner. That's what they say.
Satan.
Yeah, oh, the Lord loves me and the Lord will forgive us. What they're saying is God is going to forgive us for rape, robbing, and murdering the entire earth. But guess what? That's not written. And that will not happen. Right? Not under the watch of the heavens, under the Most High God. Right? Read on.
They were viler than the earth.
And who's more vile than the so-called white men? Who's more vile than them? Right? With all type of anything, man. Right? They're into marrying trees. Right?
Animals.
Yeah. They're into all type of foolish things, man. They jump off of tall buildings and say, well, I get a good rush out of it. Right? Who does that? Only foolish people would do it. Right? Read.
They were viler than the earth.
Right?
And now am I their soul.
And now we're their song, man. Right? Now they make money off of us. Right? They make movies and they get plumb rich off of the Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, man. Right? They do nothing righteous, but they do nothing, man. So the Lord is not dealing with that. Y'all have 1 second for one Bible verse, sisters? Just one.
No, thank you. Y'all have a good night,
All right,
though.
y'all are Israelites, God's chosen people. And y'all living in the last days, right? Right, read on. I think she went to our church.
Yeah, she did.
And now am I their soul.
Madness.
Yea, I am their byword.
I am their byword now, right? Yeah, we conquered you blacks, and now you're a black man. Now you're African American man. And their household was all jammed up. He said Paul never existed, and she said, let's turn to Paul's letters. That made no sense. I've never seen a more confused household. That was confusion. That was utter confusion. He said that the Lord not coming back. He said that the Lord coming back wasn't literal. He said the Lord already came back.
Yeah, he said a lot.
He said that there was no such thing as an Israelite or a Jew. He said that was inward. Right?
So the mountains was in you.
The mountains are in you.
That's
What
madness.
the hell is this, man? I've seen it all out here.
That is
Right?
madness.
Read on.
They abhor me.
They abhor us, man. Right? they don't respect the sons of the living God, man. Right? There's not one so-called white person on the earth that respect Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Otherwise, they would have went up to their government, to their Senate, and they would say, you know what? In that Constitution, take it out that they are 3/5 of a man. Take it out now, or take my life. No Edomite has ever sacrificed their life for the betterment of so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. None of them, man. Not one of them. Right? Name me one so-called white person that sacrificed their life for God's chosen people. You're not gonna find it.
Nah.
Right? Read on.
They abhor me, they flee far from me,
They flee far from us, read,
and spare not to spit in my face.
and they spare not to spit in our face like how she wanted to do. She came raging up here, man. The Lord said, why did the heathen rage? In the book of Psalms. Give me that in the book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 1. Right? Why do the heathen rage? Right? She came from the one-way sign, put her hands down, and marched up here, man. Like the spinach man. Right? Marched up here like the nasty spinach man. And wanted to spit in our face. 2 and verse 1.
Book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage?
Why do they rage? I mean, why? Because they got the spirit demon Satan in them. Right? When the so-called white man gets angry, it's totally different than the so-called black man. The so-called, I mean, it literally looks like Satan is there, man.
God.
Right? They literally changed from a regular person to an alien. Right? They literally turn into Satan. That's what happens. Why do the heathen rage? Read on.
And the people imagine a vain thing.
And everything that they come out of in their mind is vain, it's vanity. It's vanity for you to sit here for 30 minutes and try to prove that the Israelites is spiritual and not physical.
Yeah, that's madness.
All because you're going to Paul's letters, Romans chapter 2, and misunderstanding what he's saying.
He went to Matthew chapter 6 too.
And that was madness. I mean, that was madness. Let's say if I didn't have understanding, what he was spitting in Romans chapter 2, he almost had it. Then when he met to Matthew, I was out. Well, I'm lost now. I'm totally confused. You lost me on that. Right? And then we'll say, well, I have to go deeper because you don't understand. So the people of the society is gone.
God.
They're gone. Absolutely gone. We don't got to pull 1,000 more precepts. Right? I mean, it don't get no worse than that. Right? It's some more on that, right?
Verse 10, they abhor me, they flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face,
Right?
because he had loosed my cord and afflicted me. They have also let loose the burden before me. Upon my right hand rise the youth. They push away my feet.
In the book of Romans, it's written to the elect in Rome. Right? It's written to the Israelites that live in Rome. Right? That's literally what the book is about. Right? Otherwise, Paul would have addressed the Edomites. To the Israelites, the Edomites, Moabites, he would have named all these different places, man. Right? There's no book of to the book of Assyria.
God.
Right? There's no to the book of the Chinese. That's not there, man. These are all the places where you have Hellenized Israelites. And it seems like that's the hardest thing for the Christians in the world to understand. How is it hard for you to not understand that when you're in slavery, the people that got you in slavery don't want you to call yourself by your own name? That's not hard to understand. That's what the book of Romans is about. That's what the book of Corinthians is about. That's what Galatians is about. Thessalonica. That's what all of these places are about. Yeah, it's simple, man. It's not that hard.
So like, see, really what happened is that Esau removed the apocrypha in 1826. They knew, okay,
Prophecies. Oh man. That's heavy.
to put their doctrine out. Okay? They had to remove the apocrypha. Because what does apocrypha do? Well, the main part is this. It removed the Greek captivity. where you would understand
Who the Greeks are.
who the Gentiles are.
Con.
Right? And let's prove that real quick. Give me Maccabees. Real quick, give me Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 6, I think. Right? Now, when you open your regular King James Bible, you got 66 books. From Malachi to Matthew, there's 400 years of missing history, real history, like live people living on the earth. From Malachi to Matthew, all right? Matthew 1 and 1, 400 years of missing history. And you're gonna find out that history was during the Greeks, during the Greek Empire, right? And it mentions the Greeks or the Grecians in the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter, Joel, the 3rd chapter, and verse 3 on down, how the Africans and the Arabs are going to rally up the Israelites and sell them to the Grecians.
That's right.
Right? Which is talking about the transatlantic slave trade. So, bring it up.
First Maccabees chapter 6, starting at verse 6.
Second Maccabees.
Second Maccabees chapter 6, starting at verse 6. And it reads, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts.
So during the time of the Maccabees, right, you had the so-called white men that came into power, right? You got men like Antiochus Epiphanes, you got men like Ptolemy, right? You got these different so-called white men, which are Edomites, that ruled in Greece, right? You know about Greece, you see it on movies like 300, things of that nature, right? Where they were big into working out naked in gymnasiums. I'm talking about butterball naked. They was big into pedestry, homosexuality, all these things, right? During this time, where were you Negroes at? They tell you that before slavery you was swinging on trees, you was doing African stuff.
Taking mud baths.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we wasn't taking mud baths and eating out of the butts of cows, man. We were being God's chosen people, right? As a nation. Now, another thing that happened to us is we was enslaved. This is what this is talking about. Neither was what?
Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days.
So it wasn't lawful in this country for you to keep a Sabbath day. In Greece, it was unlawful for you to keep a Sabbath day. Right? Not that they changed the Sabbath day. It said it's unlawful for you to do it.
That's right.
Right? So when you break the law, there's consequences. Right? In this society, you break the law, you might go to jail. Right? You know, you might, they might put you on probation.
You might get a death penalty.
Or you can get the electric chair. Some laws. Let's find out what they did to them if they would have broken this law.
To keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts.
Or any ancient feast that's written in Deuteronomy, Leviticus, Numbers. Right? Exodus. Read on.
Or to profess himself.
They can't keep none of God's laws or to even come out of your mouth that what?
At all to be a Jew.
You can't even say that you're God's chosen people. You can't even come out of your mouth and say, hey, listen, I'm one of God's chosen people, man. Right? Literally, my great-great-grandfather is King Solomon. You couldn't even say that. Right? Because the so-called white man was so wicked, he wanted to disassociate with who you are. Right? Read.
And in the day of the king's birth.
In the day of the king's birth.
Every month. They were brought by bitter constraint.
So when the king of during this time of Greece, on his wicked, nasty birthday, he rallied up the Israelites and made them do something. He forced them to do something for him. Read on.
Brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices.
So they had, on his birthday, he made them eat of the sacrifices to the spiritual demon Satan. And they had to do it. Right, read.
And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, that's that feast that it was talking about, read. The Jews were compelled.
They were compelled, they were tricked and forced to do what?
To go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy.
So they had to go into this nasty city, a city sort of like Raleigh, North Carolina, or New York City, so whatever, right? You get the imagery. They made them go inside of this city in like a downtown area, right? Read.
Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities
To the neighboring cities, the cities around Bacchus, read,
of the heathen
of the heathen
by the suggestion of Potilium,
of Ptolemy, by the suggestion of Ptolemy. So this king made a decree and said the Israelites, I'm gonna put out this memo, this message to the neighboring cities. This nasty white man named Ptolemy, and he's gonna tell you what the Israelites can and can't do. Right, read.
by the suggestion of Ptolemy,
Right?
against the Jews,
Against the Jews. Against black people. Right, read.
against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashion.
They said, guess what? We keeping heathenistic customs. Guess what? You Jews got to keep the heathenistic customs with us, right? You listen. We worshiping Satan. You got to worship Satan. We worshiping Diana of Ephesus. You got to worship Diana of Ephesus. We celebrate Christmas. You got to celebrate Christmas. We celebrate Easter. You got to celebrate Easter, right? That's what the so-called white man did in the earth, man. Right? Read.
That they should observe the same fashion.
They said, guess what? You gotta observe the same fashion that we observe. If we're homosexuals, you gotta be a homosexual. If we don't believe in your God, Yahweh, the God of the Bible, the God of heaven and earth, you can't believe in your God. Right? And you know what the Jews did? They looked at him like, what the hell? Right? Confounded. Right? And you know some when it's like, no, we're not doing that, man. Right? We the chosen people, man. We believe in the Father. But guess what the so-called white man did? It's going to tell you. Read them.
And be partakers of their sacrifice.
Be partakers of wickedness, read.
And whoso will not conform themselves.
Whoever wants to get it in their mind to be a salvation mechanism for your people and say, and rise up against us, against this decree, whosoever
will not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles.
If you don't want to be like us heathen, if you don't want to be like the white man, guess what we're going to do to you? Read.
Shall be put to death.
What did the white man say?
Shall be put to death.
He said what?
Shall be put to death.
If you don't want to be like the white man, we're going to kill you.
That's evil.
And you know he did it. You know he did it. Yeah. When the white man says he's going to kill you, guess what? He's going to kill you, man. Right? Because he's on demon time. He's the thug, man. He's the nigger. Right? He's the real nigga on the earth, man. Jake, when they say, man, I'm going to kill you, it's going to take some time, man, because Jake kind of believe in God. He might question himself, you know. That's not saying the spirits even Satan not going to hop on him. But when the white man say he going to kill you, he going to kill your ass.
Might kill you tonight.
Yeah.
That night.
He going to poison you, right? He's going to rape you. He's going to rob you, murder you. He's going to burn you up, man. He's going to burn your city down, right? And they're not going to waste no time. They're not, you know, they're going to plan. They're going to say, hey, look, this is what we're doing. They're going to put on their KKK hats. And they say, we're doing it tonight. And they're going to be all down. You know they don't got to go to work tomorrow.
Just
Read on.
For there were 2 women broke who had circumcised their children, whom when they had openly led round about the city, the babes hanging at their breasts.
Right, that's really young on that, right? So the point is, the people don't understand the Bible because the so-called white man is crafty. And the Lord said we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Right? So if you read in the scriptures and you don't have that 400 years of missing history from Malachi to Matthew, you're not going to understand Paul's letter. Right? Real quick, give me 2 Peter chapter 3. And I think it's verse 19. Hey, brother. Hey, brother. Brother man. Brother man. Brother.
it's madness. It's a little crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, verse 15.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 15. And account that the long suffering of our Lord is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul.
Even as our beloved brother Paul, read on.
Also according to the wisdom given unto him and hath written unto you, as also in all his epistles,
Also in all of Paul's epistles, read.
Speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood.
So Paul is speaking on the suffering and the affliction that happened to God's people, and it's hard to be understood because he uses words such as Jew is not one outwardly, it's one inwardly. He used things such as do we then make void the law? You said what?
Not man of Lord, but I.
Yeah. Do we then make void the law? Right? Can the law save you? Right? Things of that nature. So people take Paul's writings and they misunderstand it. But Paul taught Christ, he taught faith, and he taught works, which are the commandments. Right? And all these things were on the behalf of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Right? We on the Most High God. What you on? What? Brother's got king. I read that in the session. He did?
Now he said, "What y'all alone?"
And as also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned,
They that are unlearned, read on.
and unstable,
Unstable meaning you're not anchored in the Most High God with the commandments and the faith. You don't even know your nationality. Are unstable.
unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also the other scriptures.
Yeah, they wrestle with Paul's letters, even as they do with the other scriptures, such as the prophecies. Right? So our people don't understand what's going on. And not understanding is going to be the downfall and the killing of a lot of the 2/3. Right? Because wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of your time that you're living in. You want to have the wisdom and you want to have the knowledge. Right? And pass it back to the brother. All right, give me the book of Isaiah chapter 25, verse 7. Isaiah 25, verse 7.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 25, verse 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people,
Right?
and the veil that is spread over all nations. He will swallow up death in victory, and the Lord's power will wipe away tears from all faces, and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth. For the Lord hath spoken it. Continue. And it shall be said in that day, lo, this is our God.
This is everybody's God.
This is our God.
This is whose God?
This is our God.
We have waited for him. He will save us. This is the Lord. We have waited for him. We will be glad and rejoice in his salvation.
Book of Matthew chapter 16, verse 19. And it reads, and I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven.
What the Lord say?
And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven.
One more time.
And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven.
Right, read.
And whatsoever thou bind on earth shall be bound in heaven.
Right, whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Read.
And whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven.
Whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven.